Episode 357. We're on a straight shot over to Alamigo, the very end of the expansion. Or so I thought. I thought we were done with all the side quest stuff after we finished the Aether Current things in the last episode. And there aren't any more side quest chains related to those Aether Currents in this area. I was looking that up in between episodes just to be sure. But it turns out there was at least one thing that I missed in a previous area. We're just gonna do that real quick. Just by my own rule set, I want to do all the side quest stuff related to the Aether Current quests, at least like the immediate side quest chain following them. Sometimes there are quest chains that go even deeper than that, with other prerequisite quests, but if those prerequisite quests come from like an orange or yellow quest that you pick up as the initiator, then I guess I'm not too worried about doing those. Just the ones that initiate from Aether Current quests, I guess I want to do as a sample set. Just to see what the game has to offer for the area and everything. So yeah, I might have even looked over this when I thought I was done in this area with the side quest chain. There was actually like an intersection quest, at least I thought we did the intersection quest between the character that stood over here and character over in here. But it seems like I haven't actually done that yet because that intersection quest is over here with Cigar, the person that initiated it. I think I might have looked at this and... No, okay. If I looked at this and saw this image here, I would have known this quest was important, so... Well, because these normal, or these other quests don't normally have the images on them. But yeah, I guess I must have just missed this one when I was initially doing the Aether Current quest roundup. We're just gonna quickly do this, before we get too deep into the rest of the war, I guess. The finale to the war. Oh, it's you. Thanks for helping with Beretta. I was actually hoping to talk to you about her. You see, she's been acting strange again. She's always been stubborn about keeping troubles to herself. But I'm sure she'd talk to you. Would you mind checking on her? Will do. And there she is, back over there, even though we just checked. She must have just come outside. It's just too much work to go around. At this rate, it'll take at least 5 years to... Oh. Goodness, he's... Okay. My throat just kinda snuck up on me, had to clear it. But we're back. Goodness, he scared me. What are you doing here? Worried about me, are they? I keep telling them I'm fine, but they don't listen. Since you're here, though, I could do with some help from a brave young adventurer like yourself. I've been meaning to thank Yadilani for holding on to those seeds for us all that time, and I need someone to take me to Algiri, right? Yeah, so the quest took us over to Yadilani, which is why I thought it was an intersection quest like the last quest we did for Beretta. And Yadilani was involved in that other quest line, but that wasn't an intersection quest because it had nothing to do with that other quest line, I guess. But now we're in the intersection quest, I think. And it's gonna involve like Yadilani's plotline and the other guy. To be honest, I've never traveled very far from Coldhearts. The others could take me, but I'd feel much safer in the company of someone used to braving the wilds. Out for taking me on a little adventure. Glad to hear it. I doubt I'll be needing any bags, so let's go ahead and get going. Yeah, it's not that far. It really is just a day trip. Although with how quickly time moves in Final Fantasy and, I don't know, maybe the amount of distance that you travel from here to here or whatever is actually much larger in lore or whatever. It's hard to tell. The passage of time, the movement of space, all that stuff. Because Ul'dah is much bigger than it appears to be, right? Just as an example. You can like go around the walls of the city and kind of count out how big it might be, but or measure out how big it might be. But in cutscenes, like pre-rendered cutscenes and everything, it's much bigger. So who's to say which is a real Ul'dah? It doesn't really matter. Just gonna do single target here, I guess. Great. Okay, fine, I'll leave. My ley lines. Guess I didn't really have to leave the ley lines. It seems like they did hit me, but I didn't actually take any damage due to Mana Ward. Okay, you're good. Are they gone? Goodness gracious. I'd heard stories of savage monsters out here, but to see them up close, I had no idea. They're literally like right outside your town. You would like stand at the entrance and see them. I swear if you weren't here, I'd be telling Erart about my first and last trip to Algeria right about now. Okay, I think I'm ready to keep going. I guess even people living out in the boonies can be sheltered. Big giraffe. Specula Imperatoris. Even from home, I could always see that damn spire looming over everything. There was no going anywhere without the Guardian saying so, or the Guardian say so. Not that I had anywhere to go, mind. Now that I finally do, though, I'm glad we're rid of them. I guess she couldn't take this route down here because it involves like a steep drop. We're taking the in-lore route that they would take, without any ladders or ropes. They should install a ladder over here. It's like a quick shortcut between these two towns. It'd make trade so much easier. And you wouldn't have to go through this wreck, which probably isn't safe still. I can't rightly say I've ever been so nervous walking into a big lot of nothing. I was half expecting one of them soldiers to jump out at me. And Erart was brave enough to pass through while they were still here. What was that boy thinking? Are you sure he didn't use like the actual better route over there? I'm sure he could scale the cliff or something. In any case, we're halfway there. Hope my legs don't give out before then. Does no one use that route? Am I the only one that knows about it? This route seems much more dangerous with a bunch of monsters. That one only has like the cliff. It's not even that tall of a cliff. It's that right over there. Where those little pillars are. I guess there's maybe some grasshoppers in the way. A lightning sprite. Oh wait, she's over here. Only a little further and... Ah, not again. Another one, huh? No. Griffins. Get out here. You help too. And we're done. Okay. Oh, she's been standing very calmly. I guess she knows we can handle it. I'm not sure how much more adventure my heart can take. Is it always so dangerous out here? I suppose it was worth it, though. You ever see a town so beautiful? A few better than this, yeah. It's pretty good with like the big crystal above them. City's 10 times this size? How gullible do you think I am? Well, really sheltered. Funny character trait, though. Now let's go and see this Yandilani. It is pretty small for a city. It's really only got that one layer of buildings in the back. Maybe like a second layer behind. 1.5 layers. Make sure you tune to the Aetherite, Barretto. Sometimes I forget. So this is her. She seems like a sweet girl. Komoy, good to see you. How is everything? We're in a war. The mother of that skull soldier? I guess we weren't talking about the war. Even though we should be, I shouldn't be over here. According to my son's letter, I have you to thank for keeping his gift safe all this time. Though it only proper, I come show my appreciation in person. Now we can finally put that barren soil of ours to some use. Think nothing of it. I'm just relieved to know it reached you safely. Komoy, what brings you back to Algieri? I'm expecting... yeah. Forgot what kind of voice I imagined this guy having. Doesn't matter. Thanks to Brazen Book and testimony from the good people here, I was pardoned by the Alliance leaders. They still keep me under close watch, of course. Can't say that I blame them. For now, Wade Harry has been gracious enough to offer me room and board. Speaking of which, we've run into something of a problem. I was hoping to get your thoughts on the matter. Algiria was once famous for a particular type of spirit, Arak. Sadly, the ingredients needed to make it have grown increasingly scarce. Stores of the stuff were promptly depleted when the Guardians took control here, but the soldiers were so taken with it, they began shipping in ingredients directly from Garlemald. Needless to say, when they left, so too did the supplies we need to make more. It would not do well for Algiria to be without its local specialty when trade begins booming again. Reading. We have searched everywhere, but all the date palms native to this area have been cut down, and the soil is unfit for replanting. Do you know of any places where this plant still grows? Is something the matter? They need dates for distilling spirits? Now hold on a minute. We haven't even readied pots for planting. Yeah, what fortuitous timing. It'll take a lot of time and hands we don't even have. Perhaps we can make an arrangement. I'm certain the people of Algiria would be more than willing to help in exchange for a small share of the resulting produce. Might I accompany you home to better assess your situation? Why, of course. We can use all the help we can get. First the seeds, and now this. You're a miracle worker, if there ever was one. We didn't do much, it was just a coincidence. I won't be forgetting what you've done for us. You needn't worry, Komoi. I'll see to it, no harm comes to her. Until next time. Okay, good, we don't have to do the return trip. Well, that wrapped up things nicely, at least for that guy. That woman's son is still somewhere out there, I guess, just like not coming home. I wondered if he might make an appearance, or a reappearance. I guess not. Or at least Ball made a reappearance. It still amazes me how you make good of even the most dire circumstances. Yeah, speaking of dire circumstances, we really have to get back to the war. There's no doubt Rolger smiles upon you. It will take a lot of work to be sure, but in a few years' time, traders from all over will be talking of the famous brew from Algerian Coldhearts. I better get going. Need to be ready when Bot returns. Take care, Komoi. And off they go. And off we go. Okay, so a few things we have to do. Well, only like a couple of things, other than the main quest. I guess it's really just one thing. All we have to do is get the Aether Currents in this area. We've already finished off the Aether Current quests, other than the main one. So yeah, I guess all we have to do is pick up just one more. Where is that exactly? To the east. It's probably right in front of here or around here. I'm sure the main story is going to take us... Well, does the main story take us over here? I don't remember. We might be even closer to the finale than I thought. Never thought I'd have the chance to fight along the Admiral herself and make her proud. Have I read all this? It's a rare thing indeed for the elder Seedseer to enter the fray. Don't think I have. I have asked her yonder to look after Kyle. You will keep her out of harm's way. Though after what she has endured, her physical well-being may be the least of our worries. Worry not for her safety. Look thee to the east. Yeah, where the Aether Current is. Right, then. I must go to my men. I shall be leading the first charge through the breach. Then we shall head to the front. Pippin has command of our artillery outside the gate. He'll not be hard to find. Okay, we're actually doing this part. I remember this part. We actually are really close. Am I even gonna do it this episode? Not like the big ending. Or maybe? But before you go, I have a final favor to ask. Give this to my son. He will understand. This will be a very awkward finale to the main, not the finale, the ending, to the story, or the main quest story if I started it with that weird side quest. Seems like they changed the background noise a bit. There's some people yelling in the background. There's no need for explanations. When he sees it, he'll know it. And that thing is Rabon's package. One can only imagine, even though I already know. I think I remember. Yeah, they've actually had the big finale music playing in the background the entire time we were in this area. It's not like the normal music that just plays in the area, because obviously it'd kind of get on you. But I guess they play it for like the series of quests that you take on in quick succession to lead up to the big final fight. And now they ramped it up even more with like the background war cries. Even though we can't see any of that fighting from here. Oh wait, can we? I thought I saw like some smoke. No, that was... I guess it was that big frog thing, or salamander. It's all happening in the background. Be sure of it. You just can't see it. Just imagine they're there. Nope, not far here. Well, I guess if this does end up being the ending episode, I don't mind if it's too awkward. Or if I made it awkward by doing that just now. The side quest. Who cares? Ideally it would be the next episode though. Don't notice me. I don't know how you aggro. Is it site-based? Is it proximity? Doesn't matter. It really is a big city. This is actually even bigger than Ul'dah, just because... well, we can't really go inside it, normally, like Ul'dah. I guess Ul'dah is limited by the fact that you have to go inside it, and they have to make the size of the city actually, like, playable on the inside, so the outside has to mimic it. But for this one, they get to just make the exterior to make it look huge, and it does look huge. It would seem our position here is secure. Yeah, other than the Salt Durlas and the Lightning Sprites, I guess. Lightning Sprites are pretty chill, though. Komoy, Alfie Node. What is that you've got there? It's a package, and we're happy to see you. Hi there, 12. This is Tizona. Yeah, the sword, I guess, have we seen Rabon use this? I don't remember. But I actually like the sword around Pippin's waist this entire time better. I'm not sure we're gonna get to see it again, but it just looked more fancy, I guess. The Bull of Alamigo's legendary sword, forged from 2 cursed blades. This sword is a symbol of everything my father fought to achieve. A weapon claimed on the blood sands, and with it fortune and glory. Its flames consumed the unworthy, but by fire he was reborn. That he should bequeath it to me now, to carry on his legacy. Well, I shall endeavor to deserve it, but I'll be damned if this is his final battle. Yeah, we don't get to see his other sword anymore. Once we begin, there will be no respite until it's over. Are you ready, my friends? Okay, great. No breaks. Is this the ending episode? It might be. Very well. Brace yourselves. This should be quite a spectacle. Respecta, and then cut off. Vice Marshal. Imperial unit approaching from the north. Aiming to destroy our artillery, are they? How many? Total number is unconfirmed. At least 1 squadron. But sir, they're wolfmen. Ferre Domite? I think so. Bloody hell, that's all we need. Call the Bloodsworn. Tell them to make ready. Marshal Tarupin, wait. These wolfmen of whom you speak hail from Doma. Yeah, at the very beginning of the expansion we saw them attack Rhalgr's Reach, and that was our first introduction to them. Then we saw most of them over in Doma. I guess this is like the callback to that. Did I read that first one? Whatever. These wolfmen of whom you speak hail from Doma. They were coerced into fighting for the Empire, spirited away to a foreign land, and told that if they disobeyed, the lives of their kin would be forfeit. But their homeland has been liberated. They have no reason to continue serving their imperial masters. Ere you engage them in battle, I beseech you, grant us a moment to go and attempt to convince them to lay down their arms. I am loath to gift our enemy more time to prepare, but if there is a chance that this conflict might be avoided, I suppose we must take it. Go then, but be quick. We will, Vice Marshal. With me, Komori. Oh good, it's gonna be a solo duty. That means it's gonna take up at least some time and maybe let us do the big ending in the next episode. I just don't want to start the ending episode with that side quest. We will wait here for the looping to arrive. Steel yourself, my friend. Though I hope to resolve this without resorting to violence, it would seem wise to prepare for the worst. Yeah, doesn't seem like it's gonna happen. Do I want to do this as a ninja though? Like, Doman? I guess if we're... Well, the whole reason that I'm pretending Komori's doing the ninja thing is for like one-on-one fights or something like that. Well, fights against like non-primals or something, I guess. More close range type stuff. And I guess they are like quick shinobi types, so yeah. The only reason I might not want to do this is that I don't remember the buttons too well, but I remember enough. They come, Komori. You, clear the road. Honorable warriors of Doma, my name is Alfino Levier, and I come before you with news of great import. Silence, boy, you stand upon a battlefield. Be gone or be cut down. Doma is free. Lord Hien has returned and driven Yotsuyu and the Imperials from your lands. We were there. We helped him. There is no need for you to fight for Xenos. Lord Hien is dead, and you are a liar. What could a boy such as you do against Magitech? Throw stones and spit curses? Invoke my lord's name again at your peril. We will suffer no falsehoods. I speak only the truth. Put up your weapons, I beg of you. Let us speak as friends, and not shed blood in vain. If your claims were true, we would gladly sheathe our blades and embrace as brothers. But since they must surely be false, we would be traitors to accept. Our lives and those of our loved ones forfeit. Words are air. You will prove your truth, or prove the truth of your tale on the battlefield, or die in dishonor. Okay, maybe we'll prove to them how tight we are with Hien with our shinobi skills. AoE time. So how do I begin this again? Wait, that's wrong. I'm doing this all wrong. Oh, there was a huge mess. What happened? Oh, I guess I took out all the guys. Other than the big one. You are no strangers to battle, that much is plain. I am the White. I am Hakuro, and I will be your opponent. Have at you. Okay, maybe this guy will be an actual challenge. Not really. It's just a main story quest, though. Okay, so we do this. Still working off the cooldowns from before, so... Alright, he's got some moves, but not a lot. some of this. And another one for good measure. Oh, yep, that's proximity. Fairly big damage. Guess we should heal. Huh. That's one that Gilgamesh used, sort of. Actually, a lot of his moves are similar to Gilgamesh. I guess they are like... Gilgamesh is sort of themed after Eastern stuff, despite the actual Gilgamesh in real life, or the one from real life fiction or whatever. That one not being Eastern, or... Is that Eastern? I guess it's like east of where I live. Is that considered Eastern though? I don't think so. Oh no. Oh, at least we had the barrier. Okay, he's got something. He at least tricked us a little bit. Comes to what? Show us, Alfie mode. Ah, Moonstone Carbuncle. He's busting out a new Carbuncle. How is it different from the other ones? I have no idea. Okay, that's how we should do it. Stand aside. Damage dealt, reducing damage taken. Okay, you want us to stand in this? Jeez, Alfie mode. Jeez. Alfie mode, you're just making this harder. Uh-oh. Am I in trouble? I guess we're fine. Okay, we should be good. One more lightning. Or not. He's had enough. Okay, a little bit more tricky than I thought, just because there were so many AoEs on the ground, but we were allowed to get hit by them. Plus that whole wrinkle of having to stand inside the thing and then you can't really stand inside it because he does a proximity marker right next to you. I dream of a day where people accept my words as truth without demanding that I prove them through feats of strength. But come, we must away. Didn't quite take as long as I'd hoped, I guess. You fought with honor and restraint. You could have killed my men, and perhaps even me, but you did not. One of the canon times where we didn't actually kill the guys that we reduced their HP to 0. For this, I thank you. Warriors brave and true, I pray you tell us of the battle for Doma's liberation. We should be glad to do so. We flooded the castle. It was a pretty baller move. Lord Heian returned. Such joy this news brings. But for Lord Gosetsu to perish in the keep's collapse, to be taken from us by such treachery, there is no justice. Yeah, goodbye forever, Gosetsu. Eyes forward, Hakuro. He wished for no better deaths. Yeah, I guess that was what he said, right? Eyes forward. I think. Something like that. Why did Heian say that? You knew him well. Aye, he would not suffer us to mourn with so much undone. And so we will not. Duty comes before all. All Lupin shall know of Doma's liberation, and of your part in it. When you breach the gates, we shall turn on the Imperials as one. With fang and claw shall we rip open the throats of our masters. This the White swears. Thank you. When our war is ended, I am certain that your lord will help us to return you all to Doma. Such a curious thing, destiny, to see us meet with friends of Lord Heian in this distant corner of the world. But we shall not keep you. Your day is not yet done. It's almost done, it's 6 p.m. Sun is setting rapidly. Come, let's not keep our comrades waiting. We have a nation to liberate. Thaumaturgist from Moldau. Oh, I should be wearing the Black Mage outfit. I guess we're wearing the ninja outfit.
Ah, you are returned. Were your negotiations with the Wolfmen successful?
The one they called the White was receptive to our words once we told him of Doma's liberation. They withdrew behind the walls to inform their brethren. If the gods are good, no blood shall be shed between our peoples this day.
Hear, hear! Now, I think it's time we did something about those gates. Thaumaturgist, forward!
Not you, Komoy. You're not a thaumaturge right now.
Give me hellfire! Give me Ifrit's bloody inferno! Now give me a Curfin winter! Enough ice and snow to bury a behemoth!
Sides.
All cannons! Fire at will! Let no man say we neglected to knock!
I like that line. Let no man say we neglected to knock. Pretty fun.
Damn that armor! We nearly had it!
Who invited him? I mean, glad he's here.
Is that...
Bear witness, my Eorzean brothers and sisters! Doma is come to pay her debts!
Okay, great. But if you came like a few minutes earlier, we wouldn't have to done that. Wouldn't have had to do that whole thing with the wolf guy.
Lord Hian!
We will deal with the flying machines! Forward, my friends! For freedom and justice!
You heard the man! All cannons resume firing!
We're through. The way is clear.
Yeah. Yep, we're ready now. I thought there'd actually be more, like more stuff before we reach this point. Like more stuff over here, or even over here or something. I guess you can't reach here without flying. In entrusting Pippin with Tizona, I've entrusted him with the command of the flames. This time I fight not as a general, but simply a soldier. You do not think he would actually wait until the last... No, of course not. He's no Vidofnir. Wait, what? Did Vidofnir do the same trick? Like just wait until the very end? The Vice Marshal's strategy for breaching the gates was most ingenious. A pity he did not account for the Magitech armor. But to be fair, they did not account for the Domans either. By the Fury, did that man just bring down a flying armor with a single stroke? In mid-air? What, you can't do it yourself, Emmerich? You can ride a dragon, you've got a sword. I'm sure you can do it. Impeccable timing, those Domans. Come, comrades. The enemy's gate is down. Forward. Yeah, almost like he waited. Okay, yeah, we're already on the level 70 quest, so this would be... Yep, that's Stormblood. That's the last quest of the expansion, or the main story anyway. I don't think I want to do that this episode. There's probably enough time that we can do... Well, I could go on long, like I usually do, for these ending episodes, I guess. I've done that before, I've done really long episodes. I don't want to do very long episodes too much, if I can avoid it. I think what I'll do is I'll actually save the beginning of the final quest for the next episode. Anything else to say? Yeah, nothing else. Which means this episode... we're just killing time. Sometimes it's fine. I did say, I do like doing side quests just as a little measure of what we have to do in the area. I think we'll just do these side quests here. While also exploring over this way, because apparently the main story doesn't take us there. Don't have to explore down here, that's just a part of the map we didn't see yet. Or rather a part of the map that we didn't unlock, but we did like see it. More or less. It's not like a new biome or anything. I think I remember this area over here looking pretty interesting. We could have cut into here when we were doing that side mission over here. We probably should have. The game maybe wanted us to. But I guess we jumped our way into the area. Into the tomb area. Yeah, this place with like the wall encapsulating it. When I say interesting, I guess the interesting part is just the elevation and the landscape. Not really much going on, other than this, I guess. The stairs are pretty nice. We can check out this place, I guess. Pretty sure the main story never takes us here, so... might as well come here in our first visit to the area. I think the main story might take us around this area. I seem to recall that. But apparently not in the, not in the main 4.0 stuff. Probably patch quest stuff. Okay. We made it to the top of the third world concern, whatever that is. Sightseeing, I guess. I guess we can, like, look out over the edge. That sure is a landscape. And again, these wall things, how useful are they? What are they here for? Alright, let's go over to that entrance and then we can go back to, those side quests at the start of the area. Very awkward episode this, beginning and ending with side quests, with some main story in between. But at least it wasn't just entirely side quests. I guess the last episode was entirely side quests, but those were Aethergurn quests. Here I'm just kinda wasting time. Should be launching right into the ending. Facing off with Xenos and everything. And speaking of, I'm still wearing the ninja thing. I guess I should just continue as a ninja for like the next part and then... yeah, I think I know what I'll do. And here are the ghosts, I guess, lingering outside the tomb. Oh yeah, that. I remember that. Okay. I guess we can pay a visit. Early. Abalatia's skull. What is this thing? Who knows? Oh, it's the Tomb of the Errant Sword, apparently. And then there's the Tomb of King Manfred. Any more tombs we should know about? Not that I can tell. Okay, enough sightseeing. Maybe we can wrap up all these side quests in the remaining time in the episode. Let's just say we're clearing the path for our big assault. Make sure that there's no loose ends, at least in this part of the world. They have to design these quests so that they make sense before the battle and after the battle. Let's see how this works out. Ah, Captain Moriko, how fortunate to meet a hero of your standing in these trying times. Will you be staying long? If so, I would beg your assistance with a certain matter. A matter which you, as a veteran of conflict with the Empire, would be uniquely suited to resolve. Allow me to explain. Our scouts have been attempting to secure the plateaus to the northeast, but were forced to withdraw when they encountered several units of hostile war machina. Yeah, the War Machina might not always make sense, like depending on the time that you play this, but I guess it makes sense before, and I guess it could make sense after. A parting gift from the Imperial Army, I assume. It would seem these unmanned contraptions were commanded, okay, unmanned, to greet any who stray too close to certain key positions with useful force. In any case, our scouts have set up a post nearby to keep the Machina under observation. Now I have it on good authority that you've amassed considerable experience in dealing with such foes. If you have the time to spare, the flame officer at the observation post would be most grateful to have your destructive expertise at his disposal. Destructive expertise, you say? Oh, we were just there. Great. You know what? I guess we will just take these all on at once. I don't normally do this, but I guess, since these are just orange quests, I don't care too much. You are the one who gained the favor of Lord Drillmont. Would you be so kind as to lend me your assistance? Oh, right. This guy's name does Squeamish Guardian. I am Pamsilo, a Kyrusian dispatched from Whitebeam Front. This war, no matter how well it is waged, continues to send an endless line of wounded to my station. Thus, no matter how many supplies are brought in, I continue to work through my stock at an alarming rate. I had thought to resupply myself by drawing on the resources naturally available in the region, and a renowned soldier such as you could certainly expedite the process. The resistance fighters tell me of the gigantic frogs which inhabit the land to the south. Abandons, I believe they are called. Would you think it possible to slay several of these creatures and bring me 4 legs of their tendons? Will do. No, to the opposite end. You are the Strider who slew Sri Lakshmi. Would you hear my humble request? Yeah, I guess we're doing that, doing the rounds. I have heard tales of the Cloudkin known as Pheasant, and I desire to claim some few of its feathers. Okay, not very important for the big battle. I mean, the other ones could be arguably important, like securing the area or something, and like securing supplies for the wounded. This one I'm not sure. Alas, I am ordered to hold this position, and so I shall. My sisters who patrol the mountain pass speak of the beautiful winged creatures soaring through the air above their route. Perhaps the feathers I seek may be found fallen here and there. Please, Strider, enter to this high place, your people call the Royal Hunting Grounds, and gather all the pheasant feathers you can find. Seems completely unnecessary, but we're gonna do it. The feathers I seek may be found in your Royal Hunting Grounds. A handful of such feathers is all I ask. Not much flavor from these guys, I'm gonna assume. Alright, one more. Little shopping list before we do the big finale. Topher. Not Christopher, just Topher. Captain Moiko, I have a mission that requires your immediate attention. The squad I dispatched to secure a watchtower to the south of here has sent an urgent request for reinforcements. Okay, this one sounds more serious. The structure seemed abandoned according to our scouts, and I thought the few men I sent would be sufficient for the task. It appears I was wrong. They were ambushed by superior force. My remaining soldiers have left on other duties, and I fear the watchtower squad may not survive until the rest of our company can reach them. You may be their only hope. Pray make haste to Southwatch, and rendezvous with our resistance fighters there. Okay, we'll do that. But if there are things on the way on our shop list, then we'll probably do that first. Like this. It's at least taking us to a part of the map we haven't been to before. I guess we'll do that first. Yeah, 2 on the bottom and 2 on the top. Would have been faster if we had flying, but I'm doing it now. I guess we haven't like gone up this part even though we unlocked this part of the map. Haven't been on like this cliff face. Maybe the feathers are like used for their arrows or something. We can pretend that they're very important magical feathers or something. Gonna be needed for the upcoming assault, I guess. But we also know the Ananta are like crafters and stuff, so they might just like the pretty feathers. Seems so peaceful from back here, especially when you can't hear the screaming. The map is kind of a maze, but as long as we use our eyes, it's not too hard. We could unlock every part of the map, I think, even without flying. Or, no wait, we can't. I was just thinking of doing that before we do the last mission. Save it for another time, though. Aren't you one of the Signs of the Seventh Dawn? By Volker, they've sent us a bloody warrior of light. I've heard all the tales. I should probably tell you what happened. The tower looked empty, as we were told it would be, but we barely made it to the top of the stairs. Something appeared out of thin air and attacked us. Maybe several somethings. I was just letting my axe behind me, hoping to discourage whatever it was while I pushed the wounded ahead of me back down the stairwell. I suppose you'll be going up there to deal with our ambushers then. If you don't mind, I'll stand guard here and look to my comrades' injuries. I'll stay down here and bind the worst of our wounds. With the sort of arts you're known to use, I'm sure I'd just be in your way. Okay. I think I did this quest on my main character, but I don't remember the somethings that attacked him. Not a very helpful description. Several somethings though, so... That's a lot of stairs. Okay, what's this something you're so afraid of? Ah. Aren't these just salt, technically? Still don't know if AoE should be like 3 guys or something. Or a single target is better on 3. Well, now it's 2. Still freaking out. Here we go. Better not be anything down here to snipe us. That sounds like Dervas, that does. Okay, so you do know what they are. Didn't get a good look at them myself, but I'm glad I no longer need to. Yeah, but thanks. A few bandages have seen my fellows, right, so we should be able to finish up here. Please pass on my report to Captain Topher. Okay, great. We have the tower. Our injuries weren't as bad as I first thought. Cuts to the head always look worse than they are. Still, better safe than dead, eh? I guess we can pretend that was important to the assault on Alamigo by saying it's an important vantage point for, like, the outside. Even though we're, like, about to assault the inside, I guess the outside is still important. It can't not be, right? Like for scouting for Imperial airships, which we know they have, or something like that. Yeah, those guys are the scouts for the upcoming assault. We're just bullshitting our way to explain why we're doing these random side quests when we should be getting on with the story. I do so love pretending, though. Nothing to snipe me. Wait until we have a bit more health. I guess I could eat a potion. That helped a little bit. Flashbacks to Palace of the Dead with these guys. Probably gonna do the tongue thing, right? Unless I kill it first. Okay. Alright, we got it. No, only in combat. And 2 more of those. Triple cast is not a DPS increase, but it at least feels comfortable, I guess. I guess it's a DPS increase for this part. Like if we do it on this. Since that one takes longer than a GCD. Alright, that quest done. And now all the way to the north. I guess what I could have done is gone north first, and then teleported down here to make the trip faster. Slightly faster. Might not have been faster. Well, let's go unlock that part of the map that I ignored, I guess. I guess the nice thing about the Enochian timer not ticking down, or rather, your fire and your ice buffs not diminishing if you don't keep them up, like they used to. The nice thing is that Enochian keeps on going and it builds up your flare, I guess, but I do really want that, like getting something for free without earning it, right? I guess we get to see the underside of the bridge while doing this. Switch to this, get the experience there. It's actually about to level up. No. Right, we can't... okay. I can't ride the mount on this. I can only be over the water when you unlock flying. If I actually got those other areas as a summoner, probably would have leveled up this episode. Oh well. I guess I wasted time by coming here before I accepted the side quest. I guess I should have assumed the side quests take you to corners of the map that the main quests don't, I guess, like this tower and everything. The frog one was a bad example. But yeah, they also take you to the Royal Hunting Grounds, which I also explored in a previous episode, which I could have done now if I knew I was going to be doing this whole side quest thing. Doesn't matter. And it's just nice to do side quests once in a while. Get an idea for the area. Not just physically, but also like what people do there. It's mainly just like officers out here, but I guess it's also like some insight into how these guys work as the Alliance, I guess. Because sometimes we don't really see them, we just see them as their own individual groups, but now they're the Alliance. Captain Moriko, Captain Dantonwell sent word that reinforcements are on the way, but I did not expect. As you can see, we've managed to capture some of the enemy's Magitech armor. After a bit of practice, we intend to employ them in the destruction of those entrenched War Machina. I am, however, more than glad to surrender the role of pilot to one of your indisputable qualifications. Shall we review the targets? The enemy War Machina are concentrated in 3 separate locations, and the mission requires that all hostile forces be eliminated. I'll mark the locations on your map. Here, here, and here. The armor is yours to command. Good luck, Captain. Okay, didn't think we'd be doing this. We got beam, and we got this thing. Oh, that way. Wait a second. Where else? Not too far from here, okay. I guess all 3 of them are here, or this is just the first place. Armored core time. Can't sprint in this thing. The question is the beam stronger, or is the cannon stronger? Usually, whenever we're doing the Praetorium, the cannon is stronger than the guns. But all these Magitech armors tend to be different, I guess. Sometimes there is even more than 2 buttons. Shocking, I know. It's at least good for like a group of them. That's 4,000. Well, this one's on a cooldown, so we can't always be using it. So I guess that means... no, wait, they're both on cooldowns. Okay, so that's about 5,000. I guess the amount of damage it does doesn't really matter because we're just going to be doing both of them. But in any case, the bomb is actually much smaller than the laser this time. Or much weaker. Did I say smaller? I think I said smaller. Not exactly a power fantasy with the armor. We'd probably take them down faster as a black mage. But we can't. No real strategy to this. Just press one button, then the other. I guess the one thing we can do to speed it up is like let them all group up. They're not grouping up. Come on. Group up. There you go. Okay, it's not hitting. Very narrow, like a column that this hits him. But we got him. If we could summon our chocobo, actually our chocobo should still be out, the timer should still be fine. It'd go by faster, but I guess inside the armor you can't have the chocobo out. I guess because it's a mount? Is that why? Because when you mount up, your chocobo can't be out? Because you can mount your chocobo as a mount, and every other mount also has to, by the same rule, do that? I went the wrong way. I was looking at the green check marks and heading in that direction. Well, it turns out we had a reason to go up here after all. I guess I should just assume, like if there are side quests in the area, any random corner of the map, that I've gone on record in several other episodes saying, I wonder if a side quest takes you here, then the answer is yes, a side quest takes you here, because they probably wouldn't have designed the space otherwise. Unless it's like a super boss fate. I was about to dismount since we reached our destination. Would have been a huge pain to walk all the way back up here. Okay, group up over by the door. We're luring them into our trap. Funneled. Alright, hitting everyone. We're hitting all three at the same time. I guess their health bars are, yeah, they're equal. I felt like... Oh wait, there's more. I'll group up again. I felt like the laser might have done that thing that sometimes certain attacks do, where the first enemy that's hit gets most of the damage and the rest of them that get hit takes some of the damage. Doesn't seem like it though. Alright, everyone group up. These guys do range attacks, so they're very annoying. I guess there's a little bit of strategy going on. Oh damn it, it's too far away. Is this close enough? I don't want to reposition or anything, so I guess we're just doing this. Very narrow laser this. Not much of a laser. It doesn't even go as far as it looks. Or the positioning is much more narrow and I just couldn't hit this guy with its small hitbox. Okay, we're done now though, right? Nope, we're not. Fight me, abandoned Avenger. Right, it doesn't go as far as I think. Single target is much easier though. And done. That had to be the last one, okay. We don't have to report in the flame armor, so... or in the magic armor, so we're good to abandon. Just don't walk in front of any enemies on 1 HP. Yeah, kind of a bonehead move to try to explore this area before I did the side quests. Probably should have done that when like if there were still areas unexplored. Use that as even further time killing to pad out the episode, I guess. Just because it's more flexible when I can end my exploration and these are more rigid. That was incredible. We could see the blasts of light from, that is to say, fine work there, Captain. It was an honor seeing you in action, man. We'll be packing up and heading back to base soon, but I'd appreciate it If you could make an advance report to Captain D'Antonio. No. We'll go report to him when we're good and ready. We got one more side quest to do. 4 pheasant feathers. Hopefully not too long. It'd be awkward making this episode where I'm killing time extra long. Don't want it to be more than 5 minutes. But even getting there might be about 5 minutes. It is kind of a bit of a walk there. Make haste. For some reason this space kind of reminds me of the Crescent, the Crescent Isles, whatever the one island that we went to in the latest expansion is. I should be heading back there soon. I haven't been keeping up with some of the Relic Quest stuff either yet. Don't know what the latest step is. I think they make Relic Quest stuff easier if you do it later. Actually, that's not true. The Relic Quest stuff from A Realm Reborn and Heaven's Sword are still pretty awfully bad, but I guess they're easier than they were before. Actually, just in general, most Relic Quests are unchanged, I suppose. I mean, mostly unchanged. I'm sure there are changes. Significant changes, but not too significant. Alright, we're here. Where are the birds? Oh wait, we're not fighting the pheasants, right? We're just gathering them. Well, that makes things easier. Maybe we'll be done soon after all. Just gotta not aggro these guys. Gather it from a generous distance away. Law of averages say over this way for the last one. I know how to read these circles. I've done it several times before. Damn it. Okay, actually, no wait. The circle is not the area I thought it was. Looking back and forth between the minimap and the actual world. Sometimes I don't actually see the circle on the actual world in my mind's eye. Okay, there it is. I see. I was going around the perimeter, that's why I didn't see it. Maybe that one wasn't the law of averages that I thought it was. Or maybe it was. Well, that's all the side quests in this area, until the main quest unlocks more. Captain Moriko, no need for the details. Your presence here alone is sufficient proof that the mission went as planned. Your cooperation was a most welcome development. If only we had more soldiers with your experience. Simply clearing away these war machina has given us no end of trouble, and we have no way of knowing how many of the things yet remain. But such is the reality of war. Winning battles is merely the first step, and it is the mopping up of problems in the aftermath that can prove the most difficult challenge. Thank you again for your aid, Captain Moriko. Yeah, mopping up the rest, that's what we're doing. Topher. Which one was Topher asking us to do? The tower, right? My men are no longer in danger then. I thank you for rushing to their aid, Captain. These Dervas you encountered, no one is certain how they came about. For one theory describes them as a manner of naturally occurring golem, crystals that have spontaneously shaped themselves into monstrous forms. So, we know all about golems thanks to Shitoto. They appear and act like living beings, but have no intelligence to speak of. All we know is that Dervas are drawn to other creatures in a relentless hunt for Aether. Kiravanians have learned to loathe and fear them. They used to hire mercenaries to clear out the worst of such nightmares, but it would seem the Imperials neglected even that simple task. They care not what befalls the citizens of their conquered provinces. I will take news of this incident to my superiors, and see that any potential Ruvo, I've been pronouncing it Derva this whole time, I guess it's Ruvo, Uva haunts are properly scouted in the future. Again, you have my thanks. A few more turn-ins. Not much longer now. Did you find the feathers I sought? Yeah, why'd you need them? Give me a good reason. Yes, they are more beautiful than I imagined. The resistance fighters I spoke with say the hunting grounds were maintained for the pleasure of the Aldemegan royal family. They say pheasants were sent as gifts from the nobles of other lands, and allowed to breed for the purpose of hunting stock. Pheasant feathers, being resilient yet supple, were prized as fletching, and used to make arrows of the highest quality. Okay, yeah, I assumed. As such, it seems they were hunted to such an extent that the once prolific creatures became a rarity. I do not care to kill when it is not needful, but if the feathers have already fallen, then I see no reason to waste them. Thank you, Sire of Sri Lakshmi. I shall soon have fine new arrows for my bow. Okay, we're gonna assume those arrows are very helpful, because otherwise it doesn't make sense why we did this. Did the Abaddons pose you any challenge? I completely forgot about them. Yes, that should do nicely, or these should do nicely. See how rubbery these tendons are? They should stretch far without snapping, making them perfect for keeping bandages in place, or strapping on wooden limb replacements. British Guardians developed many techniques for emergency field procedures during the centuries of the Dragonsong War. Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting. Though it says much of our history that we were pressed to invent such treatments. A healer will always do what he must to save the life expiring before him. It is a calling I could not ignore. My apologies, I do not intend to delay you with my ramblings. I thank you for your help. Well, thanks for wrapping up so succinctly. And it's time we wrap up ourselves. Yeah. This seems like a... maybe this angle, actually. Yeah. As good a place as any. So the next episode is going to be the actual ending episode. With the last dungeon, the last trial, and whatever else we have to do to wrap up. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be those. And a lot of cutscenes, of course. How long is it going to take? Hopefully not too long, but also hopefully longer than this episode, because it'd be very embarrassing if this side quest riddled episode was longer than the ending. We'll see. Now would be a good time to take a break.